No, I'm saying she's a dodo. Now, you may love a dodo. You may think the dodo is beautiful. You may even wish to marry the dodo. But you do not encourage a dodo to fly.
A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
So, Star Wars Theory opens up this morning with a hell of a banger video. It's about the Rian Johnson not getting his trilogy video. Here's a story he told. Because he knows the former owner of Collider, Mark Fernandez, and Mark told him the background about how Rian Johnson actually got TLJ. Rian Johnson went to Kathleen Kennedy to pitch his trilogy. Kennedy said, "Why don't you just do episode 8? Okay, so let's see. We have decision 1, hiring Rian Johnson to do episode 8 when he thought he was getting his own trilogy. We have keeping Pablo Hidalgo around. We have the ideas that there should be more women in Star Wars, but not done in the correct manner. Kathleen Kennedy's avatars everywhere. We have firing Gareth Edwards. I got Gareth Edwards. Was it Gareth? No, it wasn't. What's his face? The director of Rogue One before it was done in post-production. We have hiring Lord and Miller, firing Lord and Miller, allowing John Kasdan, the sex adventurer, to write Solo a Soy War story. We have the decision that Carrie Hart gave her, why don't we just film the first draft of TLJ? What was the first lesson that Francis Ford Coppola gave to George Lucas? Anybody? Your first draft is going to suck, so rewrite. So basically they broke every rule of writing script writing. We have the decision to bring back Palpatine because TLJ kills off Snoke. Everything bad about what happened with the sequel trilogy and other things. And I haven't even gotten into the Leslie Headland issues. Everything that was wrong started with Kathleen Kennedy. She doesn't know what she's doing. And don't sit there and blame the suits right now, because all she had to do was say, I want to do what George wanted to do, and I'm not going to do anything else. We're going to use the script treatments. We have them. But instead, she lies to people saying there were no books, there's the EU, there's the comics. She lies to people saying that there were particular tough nuts to crack when she had George's script treatments. And she couldn't stop lying about it. Star Wars is not a particularly tough nut to crack. That is a cop-out that everybody in Hollywood uses when they don't know what the hell they're doing. And again, it's not because she's a woman, it's because she's terrible at her job. But let's talk further.
In keeping with the trusty adage, starve a cold, disgust a fever.
What an odd combination of odors. Smells like a fish died and all the other fish sent flowers.
Throw a scare into him.
Have you tried turning into a bat? I thought one just drew a pentagram on the floor and chanted, "I summon thee," 3 times.
Is the glue to all 5 of these films that gave us all of our rhythm and all of our melody, the great maestro, John Williams.
It's like when you're sitting here hearing these stories from like people like Mark Fernandez and others, you're starting to get an idea that incompetence ruled the day at Lucasfilm. There was no one there to lead. There was no one there to make her presence known as the boss. And making decisions with absolutely no basis in feeling, or in logic, not feeling, in logic, and any sort of competent business decisions went out the door. We've got, we've got the sequel trilogy, and basically it's a sad little reboot of the OG, because that is from the Suits, and that could have been shot down by a strong Lucasfilm boss. We've got Andor and the Acolyte, which are just, I don't care if you liked Andor, fine. To me, it was like, why don't we just watch a World War II documentary on the French Resistance, okay? Because that's what we got. And in my opinion, focusing on a character that is really not important in the scheme of Star Wars, played by an actor with about as much charisma as dog shit, is stupid. If you're going to make a movie about the rise of the rebellion, make it about Luthen Rawl. And have Andor come in and out like he did already, but make it mostly about Luthen. Luthen was the most impressive character in it, and what the fuck, you know? But it got 14 Emmy nominations. Fine, Kathy, now you can leave. Get the fuck out of here. See ya. The Acolyte. Do we have to go through that again? Hiring Leslie Headland. And again, Kathy does it again. She tells Rian Johnson, why don't you just direct episode 8 after he wanted to do his own trilogy, away from the Holy Grail. And then she tells Leslie Headland, these are fine Star Wars scripts, but what about doing Star Wars from Leslie Headland's point of view? I'm paraphrasing, but that's about what she said. And we got the Trash Light. Lesbos in space. I mean, what does that have to do with George Lucas's monumental franchise and all of his work? You know, what did that have to do with it? You know, I mean, I just go, and yet here we are, looking at every decision she made that was bad. And I'm going to say this, Jon Favreau wasn't brought in by her. She can sit there and lie about, she set up a play date between him and Dave Filoni. John's known Dave for years. He was already doing voices for Clone Wars, right? So he's known Dave for years. So her whole, I set up a play date between them is bullshit. And anybody who knows anything about Star Wars and the history of the Clone Wars cartoon animation knows that. It's like, Kathy, your mouth is writing checks your ego can't cash. Or your Ego's writing checks your lack of talent can't cash, your lack of leadership skills, your lack of being honest with people. You know, people want people to be honest. That's all we want. Instead, we got this dumpster fire sequel trilogy. We got the Trasholite and her sniffing around TV shows she wasn't allowed to go near, like, Boba Fett and Kenobi. And really, I wasn't that horrified by Kenobi. And I rewatching Boba Fett, and it's fine. However, we still have this problem. And now a lot of the truth is coming out. And a lot of people are starting to say this is what happened. And I'm sure more is going to come out as we get closer to her departure date. And again, I'm going to say add this. I'm low-key worried she's in England trying to sabotage Ahsoka, season 2. I'm very low-key worried about that because just something bothers me about A, how quiet it's been, and B, that, you know, we haven't heard anything about her going on vacation, blah, blah, blah. And again, I think we have the right to be low-key worried about it. But anyway, the more the truth comes out about what really happened with TLJ and the sequel trilogy, the more it just looks bad for Kathy. Anyway, this is Steph, signing out. See you around the galaxy.